California Democrats like to be ahead of the national curve when it comes to implementing progressive policies, and they're at it again with new initiatives that make the rest of us here in the Golden State less safe. Let's bring in Reform California Chairman Carl DeMaio. Carl, it's great to have you on. So I see this whole thing is you got all these empty beds in the prisons in California, right? 70,000 people were let out during COVID, and now the governor thinks, well, we got to shut down these prisons if nobody's using the beds.
Yeah, it used to be in California that we had prison overcrowding. In 2006, we had 165,000 prisoners. We were even under a court order from a judge to monitor the beds. He said, you know what, I'll let you operate at 135% of capacity. Now we are way under capacity. Amazing things happen when, one, you stop prosecuting criminals, and two, as you just mentioned, during COVID, Governor Newsom released tens of thousands of criminals because he was afraid they'd get a cold behind bars.
And because it's not like we don't need those beds. I mean, you look at crime, you look at homeless, you look at what's going on in California. We desperately need those beds. And when you start shutting down prisons again, if somebody somewhere wants to crack down on crime, it's going to be a problem.
At a hearing in Sacramento just 2 days ago, the governor's office was asked, why are you projecting a decrease in prisoners in our prisons when we know crime is skyrocketing? Homicides are up by double digits since 2019. The governor's office said, well, we've passed new laws, and so we forecast less need for prison beds.
Yeah, homicides are way up. LA Mayor Karen Bass wants to remove officers, police officers, with, quoting here, right-wing domestic extremist organizations. What about left-wing? What about that? Where is it? And I just think, really, what is she? Where is she finding these people?
Yeah, exactly? I mean, at a time when we actually have a lot of vacancies on the police force and crime is rising, you would think you want to keep every available officer you can possibly keep on the force. Now, remember, she's from the Democrat Party. They consider that if you show up at a school board meeting to express your frustration,
you're a right-wing extremist.
You're a right-wing extremist. So this is nothing more than an effort to purge police departments of anyone who, I guess, is to the right of Mao or Stalin.
Yeah, well, San Diego County DA Summer Stephan said the following here about this law, and we'll get your response. Watch.
Do you know that the traffickers and the buyers were boasting on social media that because of the decriminalization new law that they can just openly sell human beings for sex on our streets?
This is the law where police cannot approach prostitutes because on the off chance that that person happens to be transgender, and then it is a, it's a violation. It's an ism of some sort.
Yeah, Senate Bill 357 passed last year. The sponsor, I call him the patron saint of predators, Senator Scott Wiener.
Right.
He keeps passing bills making it easier for sex offenders to navigate and whatnot, and criminals. But the bill was described as combating racism and ending the arresting people of walking while trans. Well, what we are now finding is that the human traffickers are taking advantage of the fact that we're no longer enforcing these laws, and they're recruiting young girls and young boys into sex trade. District Attorney Summer Stephan helped arrest 47 human traffickers just 2 weeks ago, and the governor continues to remain silent. This bill needs to be revoked. We got to help these kids out.
I mean, it's a joke when you have in Nevada, some of these legal brothels are like, well, California just legalized prostitution, so what are we going to do now?
It's rampant competition.
It is unbelievable.
With children, by the way, with children.
Carl, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Help us break through the censorship of the liberal media by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.